first time in history, all 4 belts in the cruiserweight division will belong proudly around the waist of one man.
Umar Ahmed, IFL TV, MTK Global, with trainer Jim McDonnell today in his whip. Also got Junior in the back.
Yeah.
How you doing, boys?
All good, my friend, all good.
You?
Yeah, all good, man. Just a bit wet, but yeah, all good.
Yeah, so I've just seen you put in Reece for his paces, make him a 15-round fighter.
Make him a 15-round fighter, that's the truth. Championship levels, like he's just ticking over waiting for things to happen, but
yeah,
you can see he's gone for a good session, good professional. To get to the titles, you've got to do.
Well, I was speaking to him earlier, he's just mentioned either Ryan Walsh or Isaac Lowe, prefer Walsh for the British. Yeah, so when can we expect him to get out, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's just waiting, I think, at the moment to hear from Eddie.
Yeah.
But I'm sure in the not too distant future he'll have it signed, sealed and delivered.
By May, sort of? Is that what a time frame we're looking at?
I'd say that's probably a good, a good quote around about May time.
Okay, now we've just seen recently DEGALE rematch. It's Caleb Truax.
Yeah.
Been announced for April 7th?
April the 7th in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas, yeah. So, yeah, how confident are you that he can get that IBF title back?
Yeah, supremely confident. I think everyone who sort of knows James or who watches James knows that weren't him that night in the first fight with Truax, and he's been very on a low one. No one's sort of seen or heard anything. As you see, he's not around. He's just been behind closed doors, and he's looking to put on a brilliant performance this time in Vegas. And he knows that his whole career's on this now, and I'm sure that he'll be coming back home with his IBF title. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what happened in the first fight? Because obviously he was expected to cruise through that fight and then push for Groves, Smith, etc. What happened in that fight? I just think
it was a bit of everything. I think he rushed back from his injury, as he says. He had major shoulder surgery, and only he knows how it felt. He said in the gym he was saying it was feeling better as the days were going past, but obviously when he got under the bright lights and got in and he couldn't get his jab arm off properly, and it really disturbed his rhythm and flow, and he didn't really. James is the
that's Reece. Anyways, yeah.
James is the sort of fighter who he needs to be challenged, not physically but mentally as well. And with Truax, he didn't really. It was right, once this is done, we'll move on, and but you can't do that. But now he knows that. He's got the rematch in place, and I wouldn't want to be in Caleb Truax's shoes come April the 7th.
No, Jimmy Mack Jr. just said he wouldn't want to be Caleb Truax. How's he looking, DEGALE?
Yeah, I mean, listen, talk's cheap, money buys houses, they say. As James just kept his head down, ain't done nothing. He's trained like a demon. He's trained in boxing, it's like a physicality and a mentality. And this time, the mentality is the fact that James wants to get his belt, and he's showing it in training. It's everything he's done has been superb. He's not saying nothing. He's keeping a low one, taking a leaf at some great fighters like Hagler. He's just keeping his head down. But yeah, he's. And I think as long as James is in the zone like he is mentally, very, 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 very confident in a good performance coming from James DEGALE.
No, I know it was a few weeks ago. Groves Eubank. What did you make of the fight, firstly?
I thought Groves beat him easy. To be honest, I thought going in at the whole sort of build up, I fancied Groves, but I wasn't confident when I said it. I thought he's had a lot of hard fights. I don't know how much he's got left. But then, as soon as the first round finished, I thought he's got his number straight away. Eubank couldn't do anything. He couldn't get past Groves' jab. He never had a jab himself. His feet are so slow. He couldn't. It's all right throwing a million punches, but if you can't get up close to someone to throw them shots, then you ain't gonna land. You ain't gonna win. And I think he thought he could do that. I think he thought he could just walk in and let his hands go, but he felt George Groves' power early, and you could see he was very gun shy, because he said in the build up I started too slow against Billy Joe Saunders. That won't happen again. He was very, very gun shy the first few rounds, because he's obviously felt the power, and he didn't want to walk in and get knocked out. And you could see a couple of times when he gambled, like he fell through the ropes. Groves just like didn't do nothing spectacular to beat him. He just had a good game plan, moved his feet and used his jab, and that was it. And then when he got close, just pulled him down, spun him round and boxed from the centre of the ring again. So yeah, he beat him well comfortable.
After the fight, I went onto DEGALE's Twitter and I see a tweet. I think it was like, "Come on, my man, George,"
G.
or my G. That was it.
G.
Team Saint GG. Yeah. Now I was like, that must be a fake. And then I saw the verified.
Yeah.
What do you make of all that?
Yeah, listen, like I know James and George have had their history, like over the years, like even from their amateur days. I don't know George Groves personally myself, but he's quite interesting, isn't he? But they've had their obviously like their rivalry growing up, but yeah, like I'm sure it's all like tongue in cheek, and yeah, it's just one of them really, isn't it? Like he's not a massive lover of Chris Eubank Jr. And yeah, like I suppose even Groves over the years they've always had that rivalry, but yeah, it's just one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so not looking past the 7th, obviously, got to beat Truax and get that title back, but how quickly do you think DEGALE can get into them elite fights again after that fight?
You said it, not looking past the date.
Not at all, yeah.
One fight at a time, so after this fight we'll talk again. Like James is focused on this fight, so am I as his coach. Just one fight at a time. Confident, very confident. I know he's going to put that one fight at a time. Okay,
now I know Jake Ball's in Australia at the moment, but have we got any updates on him on a potential date? The
thing is with Jake, he's actually his injury healed. He had a bruise on his knuckle, and so he had to have some time out. So it's worked out nice. He was in Australia having a chill time. So once he comes back in, but he's away again for, I think, I'm not sure when he's back, but he's still away at the moment. So he'll still be away for another week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Then when he comes back in, we'll address the situation.
Yeah, everything hopefully goes all right with that injury. But where do you see Jake in terms of titles? Have you sat down and got a plan with him, a short-term and long-term plan?
I mean, the plan was to get to where he's got to at this stage. So he's bang on schedule. You know, he's in a nice position there. The light heavyweight division's interesting. You have a look round him. You know, there's some interesting fights to be made. And Jake's in the mix now. He's in the mix. He's shown a lot of character. Come back from his loss. And he's done it in style. So I'll take me out to Jake, give him all the credit he deserves, and from now he's got to push on again, and that's what he plans to do. And when he gets back in, that's what we'll be doing. Okay, moving away from your boy for a sec, got some big fights coming up this month actually in the heavyweight division. First we've got Dillian Whyte, Lucas Browne at the O2. What's your pick for that one? I fancy Dillian Whyte to beat Lucas Browne. By stoppage or? If not a late stoppage, then I fancy him to beat him fairly comfortable on points. But yeah, I think it's going to be, again, it's like a little grudge match that it's building up quite nicely. But yeah, I fancy Dillian Whyte in that one. Yeah. And obviously at the end of the month, the week after, we've got a unification fight between Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker in Cardiff. How do you see that one going? Yeah, it's you know, obviously the big boys going at it, anything can happen. They're both big punchers, both bomb. AJ's going to be on such a buzz going out there. His introduction will obviously be like phenomenal, and he's on a real high. And I see AJ going out there and delivering the championship performance and getting the win. Okay. Jim McDonnell, Jim Mac Jr., thanks for your time today, boys. Appreciate it. Cheers, mate. Thanks for talking to RFL TV.
All 4 belts in the cruiserweight division will belong proudly around the waist of one man.